Hello? Hello, hello?
Hello?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
All right. Well, Miles, how's it going?
Good, man. How you doing? Tona, right?
Yeah, Tona. I'm doing
Yeah, how
great,
you
man.
doing, man?
How about yourself?
Good, good. I'm just finishing up some work here from school and it's been a little hectic. How about you?
Oh, really? Yeah, for me, it's been a lot more chill. I mean, I'm on my spring break right now, so,
Okay, nice.
yeah, taking some more time, just focus on other things other than school, you know what I mean? But you're not in spring break, right?
Right.
What school are you going to right now?
Visit college.
I think you're cutting off a little bit.
Give me one
Oh, I
second.
think you're fine now.
Excuse me. Okay.
Yeah, you're good now.
Yeah, I go to San Jose City College.
Oh, San Jose City College? I see.
Yeah.
Nice, nice, nice. So, are you living in San Jose right now?
Yeah, yeah.
Oh, really?
I live in downtown.
Oh, in downtown. Oh, wow. So you're actually really close
Yeah.
there. Huh. Well, right now I'm actually living in Fremont,
Yeah,
but
I'm about oh, Fremont.
yeah, I'm living in Fremont right now, but I'm going to school in San Jose State right now.
Nice. How's the commute from Fremont to SJSU?
Oh man, that's a tricky question because I always have to leave early to beat the traffic. You know what I mean? Because if not, a 30-minute commute is turning into an hour.
Yeah, I understand.
Yeah, it gets bad. But that's good for you
Oh
that
man.
you're super local to that you're in downtown SJ, so yeah, it's super local there. But yeah, what are you studying there right now?
Right. I'm a business management major, so
Uh-huh.
I'm going to study just to get my GEs out of the way
Right.
and looking to transfer out next year.
Okay, okay. Where are you thinking to transfer to? San Jose State?
Honestly, San Jose State would be pretty cool. I like their business program over there.
Yeah. Yeah.
But we'll see.
Hmm.
It's I would say the only thing is, I've been living in the area for my entire life. I kind of want to branch out, but
Oh, I
if
see.
money comes down to it, I think SJC would be it. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that was a big reason why I decided to go there because it was local, it's pretty affordable for me. So yeah, I'll touch more on that later. But yeah, that's good that you're gonna. What year are you, by the way? Like how many?
I'm a first year.
Oh,
First
first
year.
year. Oh, wow. Okay.
Yeah, I
Wow.
just graduated high school last year, so
I see. Did you go to high
yep.
school
How about you?
In San Jose?
Yeah, I went to a
Yeah.
Lincoln High School.
Oh, okay.
Kind of it's in near the downtown area.
I see. I see. Yeah, for me, I'm in my second year right now, finishing up my second semester in college.
Okay, nice.
Yeah, so it's been a while for me. I'm also studying business. I'm concentrated in finance right now,
Nice.
but I wasn't always.
Okay.
For me, it was a long journey. I started with entrepreneurship. I went into accounting, and but now I'm settled in on with finance. You know what I mean? But there's a lot of reasons for that, but
Nice.
I'll get into that later. Obviously, we're in this Zoom call because I reached out to you for about a business opportunity, right? So I kind of want to know like
Right.
what caught your interest from like the messages I sent you.
Honestly,
Hmm.
I just appreciated you reaching out, like, in the first place, and me telling about, who you are and what you're doing, and
Yeah,
I think a big part of the business world is networking, right?
of
Meeting
course.
people and getting to know new connections. So for me, at least, since I'm young, I
Hmm.
want to network as much as possible, so that way I graduate with my bachelor's and hopefully get into the workforce.
Hmm.
I already have a good good sense of the business community,
Right.
so I just kind of want to network as much as possible. I guess that makes sense.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I totally understand that. I see you have like some of that business mindset. That's really great to see from you.
Mhm.
But yeah, I mean, obviously we're gonna touch a little bit about that, but the main like purpose for this call today is really for us to like get to know each other more instead of like talking about business. Because obviously, I have this business opportunity. There's a lot to it, a whole lot of details that we can get into, but about an hour long meeting would not be enough to cover everything. You know what I mean?
I
And
feel you.
and at the same time, like this is like our first time meeting each other, right?
Right.
Like you obviously don't know much about me, I don't know much about you, so like that's like pretty much the main purpose of this call today. I just want to see like who you are, like what kind of experiences you have, like check your mindset and see like if our values align. Because like
Mhm.
this is obviously like a long term business, you know what I mean? So we want to make sure that we're partnering with the right
Right.
people. So yeah, I'll touch a little bit more about that later. But yeah, I saw that you so for my messages, uh networking, right?
Networking for sure.
Yeah, I totally understand that. For me, that was like my biggest reason of going to SJSU in my first year. You know what I mean?
Mm,
Because for me,
I feel you.
I was more of an introverted type of person. You know, I wasn't like you know, that high energy, wanting to network with
Right.
people. For me, I just wanted to isolate myself in my
Mhm.
own corner. But then I realized that like that wasn't really gonna get me anywhere. So that's when
Right.
I decided to go out there, network, and meet new people, and that's where I met my mentor. He's the one that
Mm.
introduced me into this business opportunity. But
Wow.
yeah, I'll touch a little bit more about that later. But have you ever had any experience with like a mentor or like who usually like do you go
Um,
for advice and stuff like that?
um, Actually, funny you say that because I would say for my mentor would be my dad,
Mm,
because he graduated with the bachelor's in business as well.
mm-hmm.
So, he's given me all these, different tips and advice about, investing and,
Oh, I see.
career choice, all that, like at a very, very, very young age.
Wow.
And, looking back on it, I really appreciate that. And even to this day, I was texting him about one of my business classes, and I
Mm-hmm.
was telling him, how it goes, and he was giving me all these tips on kind of like, to stand out, from the competition, and really just put yourself out there. And he's always giving me these little cookies here and there, and so
Right.
I would definitely say my dad for sure is my
Uh-huh. Okay.
mentor for sure.
Yeah, it's great to hear, my man. I mean, my dad has definitely had a huge influence on me as well. But can I ask, like, what does your dad do right now, like for his
Sure.
career?
Actually, last week he just got laid off from his job right now. It's a whole
Ooh,
layoff spree, you know what I mean?
yeah.
But he was, yeah, he was just working, with the 49ers in the procurement office
Oh, wow, really?
at Levi. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he's been doing that for almost a year. His background is high tech industry, so
Mm-hmm.
he's worked with companies like Palo Alto Networks and like Workday. He likes, his job is to negotiate contracts for those companies,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, and he's really good at it. And he's been doing it for a good 30 years now, and I've a good role model for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I understand. It's funny you say that because I'm actually working at Levi Stadium right now. So,
Really?
yeah. So, maybe I've seen your dad before in like the office or something.
Yeah, yeah, that's
Yeah,
crazy. Yeah.
that's funny, man. But yeah, it's great to hear. So he's you said like he got laid off, and is he close to like retirement right now, or is like getting trying to get
Um,
back into like
um,
the working field?
I would definitely say he's kind of close to it, but I would say he has a good 5 to 7 years left in him,
Mm,
until
okay.
he, calls it quits. And he's doing the same thing as me, right? Meeting
Mm,
new people, and
right.
just trying to find that one guy. Because at the end of the day, right?
Yeah.
These connections really matter, and
Of course. Of course.
you just need that one break, right? That one person that could really
Mm,
put you on that map, right? So
yeah.
he he's waiting patiently for sure.
Right. Right. So this is like a side question. Were you guys like born? Were you born here, or did you guys like
So yeah, so my dad was born in Los
in
Angeles.
Los Angeles? Okay.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. So he graduated from the University of Southern California
Oh
down there in
wow.
SoCal.
Uh-huh.
Got
Right.
his
Right.
business degree there. And I was born here in the Bay Area,
Oh,
born and
okay.
raised here.
Right. Right.
Um, so yeah.
Okay. And where are you guys like originally from?
Well, so I'm half Korean and half Mexican.
Mm,
My grandparents immigrated from Korea, and obviously my parents or my grandparents and their family was from Mexico.
mm.
But as for my parents, or like I said, my dad's from Los Angeles. My mom is also from San Jose as well.
Oh, okay. Wow, I see.
And yeah, so we're all local. I have one brother. He's 21. He goes to Chico State right now.
Oh, Chico.
Um, Chico State. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So
Okay.
yeah, we're all from California.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, that's great to hear, my man. I mean, for me, I was also born here, but my parents, they also immigrated. I'm actually
Hmm.
Mexican as well, but fully. Yeah, my parents both came from
Nice.
Mexico, and it was
Okay.
yeah, I totally understand. It was very hard for them. I mean, as immigrants coming to this country with like basically no money, no English, and that was
Right.
basically like why I have the life that I do today, you know
Hmm.
because some people, they're coming from richer families, get everything set up right away. For someone like me, I had to work harder to, provide for my family. You know what I mean? I still pay
Right.
rent. I help them pay rent. I pay my own tuition, and on top
Wow.
of that, I'm still working part time. I have my own business, so there's definitely like a lot more food on my plate. But
For
I was just
sure.
like you, listening to my father. He was the one that I took the most advice from. But then it really like changed my perspective once I met my mentor. Cause he asked me that
Mm.
same question, you know what I mean? Like, who do you take advice from? And I'm like, oh yeah, my dad. He's the one that like, he's like smart. He knows everything. Like, I want to be like him. But my dad's still working right now. He's actually at work right now.
Okay.
So is my mom. So my mentor asked me, he's like, why are you listening to them? Do you want to have the life that they have? And I'm like I thought
Right.
about it for a second. I don't want to have that life. Like I don't want to be working in my 50s. My mentor, he actually
Right.
in the same business. He started when he was 19. That's how old I am right now.
Oh,
And
wow.
he was able to retire himself. His business income was able to surpass his job, and he was able to retire himself at 21. Have you ever met someone that
Wow.
retired like that early?
I've never heard of anyone doing
That's
like
just,
anything close to that.
it doesn't even sound real, right? It definitely sounds sketchy.
Yeah.
It sounds sketchy. It sounds like, wait, what did you do to do this, right? But
Right,
he
right.
retired himself at 21, and by the time he was 24, he was able to retire his parents. And I'm just like, wow, like it's unheard of. You know what I mean? So
Wow.
yeah, but it was actually at a networking event. I was connected with a few of
Right.
my personal business coaches, and I was able to meet him for the first time. I was able to talk to him.
Right.
And when I met him, I asked him like
And
Phil. His name is Phil, by the way. He's actually a immigrant from Vietnam. He's an international student. So I asked him, I'm like, hey Phil, like I saw what you've done, I saw what you accomplished, and I want to have what you have. I want to learn from you. I want to do what you did. I want to have what you have. Like teach me. Can you teach me? And he told me, you know what, Tona? I've had hundreds of people ask me that. He has businesses all over North America and Vietnam, even in Canada. He said hundreds of entrepreneurs have
sheesh.
asked me that they want to learn from me. So what makes you stand out? What makes you different from everyone else? And I thought for a second and I realized nothing. There's nothing that makes me stand out. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I'm just like everyone else. I'm just a regular guy. Most people are coming from professional backgrounds. They already have experience in business. I was a first year college student that I didn't even know what degree I wanted to pursue. So I'm like, how am I going to do this, right? But basically, in this opportunity, we have
Right.
a selection process. It's a 7 step selection process, and it's basically to qualify the person to see if we want to partner with them. This meeting today, we're just getting to know each other more. I get to hear about your stories, essentially like the first step in the process. In the next step, we're going to talk more about the business model. The third step, you get to hear about the specific company that we partner with. More and more details are going to get shown. But yeah, the process is basically for us to gain some trust. For I'm not just a random guy anymore. I was able to gain his trust. I was able to show him my character. I was someone that was accountable. My words matched my actions, and he basically I showed him that I wanted to pursue his mentorship. He gave me a book. He gave me and like three other people a book. I finished it in about a week. One person finished in about a month. Person finished in about 2 months. So who do you think launched their business faster?
Mhm.
Definitely me, right?
Right, for sure.
Yeah, like,
Damn.
cause yeah, go ahead.
I was gonna say this it kind of seemed like your life changed once you met Phil, right? Your life pretty much,
Yeah.
took a really good change.
I mean, for me, I was pretty unaware, you could say. I was in my first year. I didn't know what degree I wanted to pursue. Like I said, I was an introvert. I was the guy with like my AirPods in and my hoodie on, sitting in the back of the class talking to no one. And
Right.
when I met him, I realized that that wasn't gonna get me anywhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I wasn't crystal clear on what I wanted, then it would be impossible to achieve it. You know what I
Hmm.
mean? So that's why I kind of want to ask you, like, let's say in like the next 5 to 10 years, like for yourself, how do you want to live your life?
Ooh. It's a good question.
It's a good one,
I
huh?
would say it's a good one. How would I want to live my life? So, if we're talking about like a 5 to 10 year span, for
Right.
sure.
Mm.
I definitely want to obviously, get my bachelor's.
Mm-hmm.
That's step number one before anything, right?
Mm-hmm.
And for me at least, being at, looking for a place to every person that I meet, during the way there,
Right.
I kind of want to hold a good relationship with them. So
Oh
that
yeah.
way, right. So that way, as the years go on, they'd say, "Oh wow, Toner, I met him when I was 19.
Mm-hmm.
I have a pretty strong connection with him. Let me reach out to him if, he wants to connect or, build with each other or, whoever that may be." And
Right.
also
Right.
to, maybe even faculty, right? I have a lot of teachers I know, personally who, are always helping me, even though they're not my teachers. I'm
Right.
still able to, talk to them. And that's just because I love, creating new relationships with people, and that really means the world to me.
Mm-hmm.
As far as that, as far as after college, um, you know, I wouldn't say I'm crystal clear on what I want to do specifically in my business life.
Right.
I guess what I can say is um whatever I'll choose, it'll be something that I'm ready for because I'll have all this knowledge that I'm doing with you right now.
Mm-hmm.
I'll have all this background knowledge on different positions. So whatever I choose, I know it'll be right for me because, I'm always doing a lot of research here and there and
Mm-hmm.
um I'll be ready for that day when it comes.
Yeah.
And after that, just have a stable career for sure. You know, I don't really mind having that 9 to 5 life. I have a lot of friends who tell me how they want to they don't want the regular 9 to 5,
Uh-huh.
and that's fine. That's
Oh yeah.
totally fine.
Definitely.
That's but for me at least right now, right, I'm not going to be making this top dollar right after college, right? That's just not the mindset I have. It's a process, right?
Of
So
course. Of course.
if I have this, baby step mindset, it could really benefit me in the long run for sure. So
Mm-hmm.
I know that was a lot, but that's probably how I would want to live my life, a good 5 to 10 years from
Okay.
now, for
Yeah.
sure.
Okay. Yeah. First of all, I just really want to acknowledge like your values, like of giving back, like holding on to people and like valuing that relationship, like even in the long run. That's very that's very powerful for me, because most people they put like profit before people. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like most businesses out there, it's like profit before people, like the company before freedom. So like it's very great to hear that from you. But yeah, it's definitely like a tough question, right? I remember when my
For
mentor asked me the same thing, I was like, I was stuck for a little bit, you know what I mean? Because no one ever asked me that question. And I
Right.
told them, I'm like, okay, yeah, I want to get my degree, I want to have my job, and from there I'll figure it on as I go. But like that was the first red flag in my answer, you know what I mean? He corrected me. He's like, I didn't ask you what you wanted to do. I asked you how you wanted to live. And I'm like, okay, okay, I can see how it's like a different question.
Okay.
So he's like, and then he's like explaining to me, I wake up every single morning with no alarm clock. I wake up when I feel like I'm done sleeping. If my mom calls me and says she wants to visit me, I fly over to her right away. Not even have to check the expenses or anything. His time is more valuable because at the end of the day, the freedom is more than just the money. You know what I mean?
Right.
It's the
Right.
time because my dream is to buy my parents a house. But like, what's the point if I'm never gonna be able to spend that time in that house with them if I'm always stuck at work? You know what
Right.
I mean? And yeah, basically like it's more than just the money. That's the point I'm trying to get across. And so I told him like, yeah, my goal is to buy a house for my parents. He's like, okay, by when? How much is the house? Where is it?
Right.
Just to get to it. And I never really realized that. I had like that similar mentality like you, like, okay, I'm at step one right now, and I'll figure out step two when I get there, step three, step four, and that's how I was going about my career and stuff. But then it just made me have that realization talking to him that I really need to have this goal crystal clear to know if like I'm on track getting there. If I say I want to
Right.
retire myself in my 20s and then I'm 29 and I'm still working, I'm like, where did I go wrong, right?
Right.
So yeah, basically that's a just it's very important to have a crystal clear goal. That's what I failed to realize. I feel like a lot of young people, they never really think about the future. I mean, most kids in college are out partying, getting drunk, doing drugs and stuff like that. But they don't see how it'll affect their life in the future. They're not able to take that
Right.
quantum jump and see that how it'll affect them. You know what I mean? But
Right.
yeah, I mean, for you, and then the biggest part about it, when my mentor asked me how I wanted to live, okay, I want to buy my house, I want to do this, I want to have all the free time in the world. But then here was the most important question he asked me. He asked me, does the career path you're going to right now, is that going to lead you to that life that you want? And the answer was no. I was just going to be an accountant.
Mm.
That was my plan. And at that pace, I would have retired in my 40s. There was no way I was able to reach my goal with my current career path. Like, what about you? Do you think like with
Right.
with the track you were going, do you think like you could have like the dream lifestyle that you want?
Yeah, definitely not for sure.
Right, exactly. I mean, schools are really programming us to be employees, to go get a job. You get a degree to get a job, so you make money so you can survive. But I don't want to survive. I want to thrive, you know what I mean? That's
I feel
why
you. Yeah, of course.
it was really big for me to go out there, network, uh, learn new opportunities. And when I came across this business, it was a chance for me to create myself an asset, to create myself a backup plan. I know how you were telling me your dad got laid off. I've I'm partnered with a lot of professionals in the tech field, in the medical field. All of them, the job market is crazy. Layoffs are more common than they've ever been. So
Right.
for them, it serves as a backup plan. For me, it serves as an asset, an extra source of income to help me build up my dream. Because with my career alone, I'm not going to get the lifestyle I want. You know what I mean?
Right.
But if I have something else on the
Right.
side that can be built up, that can be duplicatable, that can be scalable, that can eventually take over my career's income, then like why not, right? Why not work hard
Mhm.
for 5 years to have the rest of my life of freedom? instead of being free, living that college life now, and working the rest of my life. I mean, it's pretty common sense to me, right?
Sure.
Like it doesn't click for most people, but I feel like it's definitely like a no-brainer to learn what's out there. I mean, you definitely know about it, right? I know you said you're big on like the networking and stuff like that. So I applaud you,
Mhm.
for going out there and learning new opportunities. I mean, just like not even just networking, personal development. I'm a big reader now that I'm in the business. I wasn't before. There's a lot of personal development books, a lot of podcasts and audios from my mentor himself. The biggest investment I can make right now is in my mindset because money's gonna come and go, right? I know you mentioned investment earlier. Like even myself, I have a couple $1,000s in stocks because that was my original plan. Day trading. I thought that's how I was gonna make it
Right.
out of the mud. I realized it's still active. I want passive income. I want to be making money while I'm asleep. I want to walk away. I want to go on vacation
Right.
and come back and have money made, not having to worry. The basically like every way of making money falls into like four different quadrants. You're either an employee, you're self-employed, you're a business owner, or you're an investor, right? Have you ever heard about like that concept before? It was like in a really popular book before by Robert
Yeah.
Kiyosaki. Have you heard of it?
I have heard of it actually.
Oh, you
Yeah.
have? Oh, really? Yeah. So it's basically like a refresher for you then. You're either making active income or you're making passive income. Right now, we're all making
Yeah.
active income. We're employees. Well, I didn't ask you
Mhm.
before, but do you have a job right now?
Yeah, I work
Yeah.
at Valley Fair.
Oh, a Valley Fair. Oh, wow. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, like I said, like right now we're employees. With our career path, we're gonna be employees. If you want to say, "Oh, I don't want to be an employee. I want to start my own business," or "I want to start my own small business," you're gonna be self-employed. You're trading.
Right.
You're not just trading your time for money. At that point, you're trading more time for more money. So you're still active income. But that's what attracted me about the business owner part. You're not. It's not like self-employed where you're trading your time for money. You're building a system that'll run like while you're gone, and that's how it's creating passive income, leverage. You know what I mean? So yeah,
Right.
we can definitely touch more on that later. I mean, I know I mentioned to you that I have some of my personal business coaches that helped me build up my business, but they weren't able to join us today. Maybe next time I feel like I can connect you with one of them. They're the ones that like have been doing this a lot longer than me. They can definitely like
Right.
give you the gist of it a lot better than I can. But I mean, that's really where I want to head to right now. I mean, my goal right now, I want to like eliminate the need for a job by the time I graduate college. You know what I mean? I want my business income to be more than that. Sounds kind of crazy, right? Sounds like right after
Right.
college, no need for a job.
Mhm.
It sounds crazy, but my coach, she's doing it. She goes to the same school as me. I see her every time,
Right.
like right after class. I know she doesn't need a job. Her business income's is all she needs, and it's still going up. Me and her, we worked so closely with our mentor. He lives here in San Jose, actually, so he's pretty local to us. But he's always traveling, so it's very hard to get his time.
Mm.
But
Right.
we basically work so close with him so we can have what he has. So basically, yeah, that's a little bit about my story, about why I chose to do
Okay.
business. I mean, I feel like you're someone who's pretty aware of like the whole situation of a business owner mentality of how important it is. But like as of right now, do you have like any questions so far? Anything like any comments or anything?
Um, I guess the one thing I'd say, when you say like the business opportunity, right?
Right.
So when you say that, I at least for me, would this kind of be like a job, like an
Mm.
internship, or just like connection? You know what I mean? I guess just a little bit more
Right,
details off of that.
right,
Makes
right, right.
sense.
That's a good question. That's a good question. But yeah, it's not a job opportunity. It's not an internship. It's essentially your start. It's a business partnership. So
Mhm.
no one's gonna be your boss. You're not gonna have any employees. You're basically in business for yourself. But the
Right.
thing is, you're in business for yourself, but you're not in business by yourself. That's where the mentorship comes in. I mentioned to you I wasn't someone with a business background. I didn't really know what I was doing. So that's why I'm so thankful and
Right.
grateful for my coaches, for my mentor, who've been able to shape my mindset to teach me everything that I need to know about business. But it's not like they're my boss or anything. It's not like they can fire me and say, "Oh, you messed up today. Go home. You're fired." I'm in this for
Right.
myself. No one can tell me what to do. It's my
Sure.
business. You know what I mean? So yeah, it's basically like the big part. It's not a job. It's not anything like that. You know what I mean? It's basically like you're having your own business, but you have people helping you. People who have done what you're already doing. They failed where something that maybe you're gonna fail in the same way in the future, but you can learn from them. I failed doing this, so now you know maybe don't do this, so you don't fail get set back the same way they did. You know what I mean? This business has been around for a little less than 100 years, so it's come a long way. It's still in the early stages, but there's basically a lot you can learn from the people here. I mean, we're always having like huge events and stuff like that. Maybe if we can meet up again in the next meeting, I can tell you a little bit more about some of the huge events we have coming up. Big opportunities for networking. I mean,
Mm.
for me, I was always really skeptical about this. Retired at 21, you can quit your job straight out of college. Like it's skeptical, right? Isn't it sounds
Right.
like almost too good to be true. So for me, the big thing was like, here's a big event. You can go in person, you can talk with people personally, find out everything you need to know yourself. I was like, okay, I'll go. I went to a big event, millionaires after millionaires, all doing this business. So I'm asking them, like, is this legit? How'd you do this? Like, how can I do this? And basically got all my questions answered. So the big events are essential. You know what I mean? I highly
Sure.
recommend that you attend one of those if you want to learn more and get like a clear idea of like what this is. But like other
For
than that,
sure.
does that answer your question?
Yeah, it does. It's funny because the more I hear, you talk about it and stuff like that, like, I'm really thankful, for you reaching out, right? I
Mm-hmm.
mean, you know, um, I definitely for sure want to learn more. Like, I feel like this can be something good for me. And,
Mm-hmm.
me and you are so young, right? Like, this is
Exactly.
something we can build upon. And, I'm just, I guess I just want to say, thank you for, reaching out to me. I'm willing to, put myself out there, and
Mm-hmm.
I want to see what, you guys have to offer for sure.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, for me, the biggest part of it is I saw how much I grew personally. Like the way that I'm talking right now,
Right.
a year ago, I could not speak like this. I told you I was an introvert. I wasn't confident.
Right.
I couldn't talk clearly with conviction. But after like a little less than a year in the business, I've I'm a whole new person. I'm the better version of myself that I knew I could be, that my mentors helped me be. And honestly, I want to like
Right.
spread that. I want more people to benefit from this. You know what I mean? So yeah, it was great talking
Mhm.
to you today, Miles. I mean, I really love like your attitude, your mindset. I mean, this is just that first meeting, like I said earlier, for us to get to know more about each other. In the next meeting, I can connect you with one of my coaches, and we can talk more about like the specific business model that we use. Like I said, more and more details will come along as the process continues. But for right now, uh, if you don't have like any more questions or comments or anything else, I think we can start wrapping up. But before we move on to the next
For
step,
sure.
there's actually like a video I want to send you. It's actually from my mentor. It talks about more about the entrepreneur
Okay.
mindset and stuff like that. So I'm gonna send that to you,
Yeah.
And when you give it a listen, it's only about an hour long. You know, it's not too long. Give it a listen,
Okay.
and then as soon as you're done, we can meet up right away. Schedule that next meeting.
For sure. Just do one more thing. Is it okay if I can grab your number real quick?
Oh yeah, for sure, for sure. Yeah, I'll type it in the chat. Yeah, it's better than texting on LinkedIn, right? I check my number a lot more than I check LinkedIn.
Right.
Yeah, so go ahead and save that. Send me a text message so I know it's you. And then yeah, I'll send you that video. Uh, Take some notes on it. You don't really have to take notes, but I really want you like to notice the values that my mentor has. I mean, I touched a little bit about on it today, but I really want you to hear it from him himself because he's the one, you know, who's taught it to me, who's taught it to all my coaches. Are you still there? I think you're frozen a little bit. Oh crap. He disconnected. Give him some time. Oh, I think that's it.